Well, our next guest can help you navigate the road to happily ever after. Here with the do's and don'ts of dating, welcome professional matchmaker Robin French. Hello there, Robin.
Hello, you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Happy Valentine's Week.
Same to you, and I love your dress. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, there are all
Thank
kinds of tricks that people might want to employ to match people, but at the end of the day, it's about knowing human nature and knowing where your client might be in life.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and the thing is this, what you have to do is open yourself up to, we have this idea in our head, right, as to what the criteria is for the people that we're looking for. And sometimes it's a fantasy. What we have to do is
Because I read that romance novel when I was 12 years old, and that's who that's supposed to be, my knight in shining armor.
Yeah, you have to open your criteria up because, you know, for instance, me, I imagined that my future guy was 6'3", and I'm crazy about a guy who's 5'10".
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
So keep your mind open. Date a bunch of different types of people, and you just might surprise yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes it's about going through the experience. You find out about yourself. You know, I think sometimes we enter a date thinking
it's a journey.
This is the person I have to marry. Okay, it's just the first date. Nobody said you're walking down the aisle.
No, and go into it like this. Don't. This is the person that I'm going to walk down the aisle with. Go into it. You know what? Worst case scenario, I'm going to come out of this with a really great friend.
Yeah, or
you know?
Worst case scenario, his dad's good looking and I can date him. Right? It's like, so what's your dad do?
Oh, okay.
The minute you're figuring out it's not working. Do you have a brother, or what's your dad do? All right. You have an 87.
I prefer to play games like this. For instance, when you're on a date, keep it light, keep it simple, keep it airy. Don't ask them what they do for a living or do they have a sister or whatever. You want play roses and thorns. Roses and thorns is what's the best part of your day, what's the worst part of your day. And so, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, the best part of your day. Yeah,
what's the worst part of your day? And so, you know, that'll tell you if they're a glasses half full or a glasses half empty person.
Great point. Great point.
And if they're quick on their feet, they're going to say something along the lines of, best part of my day is here with you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right.
If they're really quick, they'll say the worst part of my day is leaving you.
Oh, look at that right there. I'm married to that one right there.
Right, exactly.
You have an 87% success rate.
We do.
With your clients, you would go through these kind of rules. And one of the things is don't let the first date run too long.
No, because, okay, so you're on your date and you're having a really great time. And the you know, great energy, excitement, and the time's going really fast, right?
Yeah.
Well, I say 2.5 hours max on your first date. You know, you always want to leave them wanting more.
Ah, good point.
Right?
Yeah, good point.
Leave them wanting more.
As you, close the door and say
they will.
bye.
They will.
Okay, don't be too hard on yourself if it doesn't work out.
No, like I said before, you know, this is one of those things where you go into it thinking, listen, at the very least, I'm going to make a really great friend here. You know, keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it airy, and we're not one size fits all.
Yeah, and
we're just
expectations can get us in trouble. When we already have the end game in mind when you first met somebody, chances are you will be disappointed because they don't all work out. I remember.
Yeah, go ahead. Be confident, be positive, keep an open mind, and the bottom line is this: there's a lid for every pot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I remember with my husband, it was the first time I went on a date where I didn't go buy a new outfit. And I didn't check my makeup and redo it for the evening. I just looked in the mirror and grabbed my stuff and said, okay, I don't have time. And if he likes me,
good for you.
You know, it was the first time my thought was, you're going to like me for all that I am and all that I am not. And that's all I can do.
Good for you. And look how it worked.
And that made, yes. Okay, don't be closed mind. Have an open mind, as you're saying, that we have this, you know, perfect person in our head.
It's usually a fantasy, yeah. And so date a bunch of different types of people, and you're going to surprise yourself, probably. Don't
apply the past to your future. How many times do we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot by saying, well, all the men I've dated before, you almost got to look at, if you keep dating the same pattern, the problem may not be them, but it might be...
Exactly.
Right?
You know what? That's why I say after a bad breakup, because we've all had a bad breakup, right? Maybe they cheated, or maybe you didn't give them enough time, whatever. Get past that, but put yourself on pause. I call it menopause.
Yes.
Or take a mancation.
Yeah.
You know, reflect and heal and get yourself and your heart in a really happy place. And then you can put yourself out there and be in a much better place for a much better relationship.
Okay, so the dating do's, getting to know you 101, as you talked about how to ask questions.
Yeah. Keep it easy breezy. Ask questions, you know, open-ended questions, which will get them talking. So.
Okay, and then after you've committed, meaning, okay, you know what, I like you like me, let's see where this goes, and you've committed, never stop courting your partner. I think a lot of us...
This is really important, you know, especially after, whether it's 8 months in the relationship or you've been married for 30 years. don't stop courting your person. Bring your A game all the time. So, you know, whether it's writing something in soap on the bathroom mirror, or maybe sticking a note in their briefcase, or maybe it's, you know, send them flowers randomly on an ordinary day. It's really important that we keep the romance going, because it's really the glue that keeps us together.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta say, I remember when my husband, I told him I love airports, because I grew up as a military kid. We were living in countries all the time, but I love airports for this how symbolic it is that it has to work. You have people from around the world who have to get around the world and then make it. So one night he drove to the airport. I was like, "Where are we going?" And he drove up to the top floor of a parking garage, pulled out a table, a tablecloth, and a bottle of wine, and said, "Let's just watch the planes go." Right? So it was just very, it was very cool. But I know he does stuff like that all the time. It's very cool.
No wonder you married him.
Now, this next one,
get him on here.
I know. This next one makes people really nervous. Start quarterly positive reviews, which guys hear this as, "Can we talk?"
But we just use the word positive. So when people think reviews, well, first off, if we adore our person, we want to make them happy, right? And so we want to sit down with them and have a conversation, keep the communication open. But every 3 months, sit down and say, "Listen, here's the deal. I want to make you really, really happy. And so I need to know what gives you, I want to give you pure joy. What makes you happy? Tell me what you need." And you might find that it's something really quirky. It could be, "Hey, we don't really dance well together when we go places, so let's go take some dance classes." Or it could be, "I love foot rubs." But you know, you really want to keep learning about your partner always.
And the last thing here is to try new things together, because sometimes we acquiesce and we'll do what you want to do all the time, or do what this person wants to do all the time, thinking we're making them happy, but it needs to be a joint experience.
It does. It does. There needs to be adventure. There needs to be spontaneity. And the main thing is you need to find time for each other as a couple, right? So be spontaneous. Book a weekend trip somewhere at the last minute. Go skydiving. But either way, you know, this is...
They're like, yeah.
But, you know, you want to keep that in your relationship. Keep it exciting, you know?
All right. So what does it take for someone to be a part of your matchmaking?
Well, go to selectivesearch.com, fill out a profile, upload some photos. It's you've got two parts. You can either be a paying client, where we do a proactive search for you, or you can be a free affiliate. But check it out, Selective Search.
All right. I have some girlfriends who want to know. For more dating and relationship advice,
everybody.
head on over to greatdayhouston.com.